Hey guys, it's Coffee and Books with Melli. Excuse my hair. I, of course, look a hot mess like always. But that's what happens when you're a stay-at-home mom. Anyway, so, Coffee and Books with Melli. I got some exciting things happening for you this week. Well, not really for you, but I got some exciting things to talk about. The first thing is, make sure you go get your coffee. Don't spill it on your tablet, computer, whatever it is you're using to watch the video. Okay, so the first thing, that I want to do is let you know that one of the books I said I wanted to read for October, which was a library book, Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. I actually am not going to finish. I actually need to return it to the library. I'll probably pick it up again next time I go into the library because I have so many TBRs to do for the month. I'm probably not going to get anything from the library. I got to page 24, and not that I didn't like it. It was just like, okay, I kept thinking about another book, and I was like, I need to really go read that book. Anyway, but the exciting news is, well, it's not really exciting news, but whatever. Anyway, I finished The Darkest Minds. And my thoughts on it, on Goodreads, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And the reason why I gave it 3 out of 5 stars is this. One, it's not my normal type of read, young adult or teen. Yes, I do like young adult or teen. But this one was kind of, I guess you could say, a dystopian world. You know, it took place in a dystopian world, the future world, whatever you want to call it. I like the characters. I like the idea of the story. You know, all of a sudden these kids start dying and they don't know what's causing it. It's some kind of illness, and then certain other kids end up with these supernatural powers. So, I mean, that's cool. It kind of reminded me of an X-Men-esque type situation. What I didn't like about the book, I mean, like I said, I liked the idea of the story. It was a good book. The reason why I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads is because I felt like it kind of like drug out. Like drug. I feel as if the story was, and I'm saying this a lot about dystopian novels, I feel as if it kept, the story was repetitive. Like, it kept the same thing happened in a different way, but it was like repetitive for me. It was creepy, it was, yes. It was a good October read, or September into October, because I started at the end of September. I felt as if, okay, Ruby gets rescued by this supposed nurse in the camp that she gets sent to for, I think she's like 16 now, so I guess 6-7 years. And she escapes them. She's like, no, you know, something's not right here. She escapes. She meets up with this group of kids that are all different levels of what they call they color-coded them. So there's like, I think, the young girl Zoo, which she was, oh my gosh, she was like the cutest character. She was yellow, I believe, which is kind of like, the yellows can control electricity and power. There's reds and there's oranges. Ruby is an orange. And basically what it is she can control your mind, or she can erase your memories, depending on, you know, she doesn't have control over it. So that's that. Sorry, I was checking. I had a message popped up. Sorry about that. Anyway, so they end up running from, I guess, skip tracers, which are the people that are from these camps that are trying to bring them back into the camps, and it's run by this government that's not really a government. It's more like one man in power trying to control the world, or whatever the case may be. Anyway, so they're looking for the East River, which is another supposed camp run by the Slip Kid. And the Slip Kid is the only person that's ever escaped and not been found, and he's kind of like a refuge for other kids that are trying to escape, or that have escaped. So they find it. They find the slip kid, they find East River, and it's actually just a camp in the woods, or what was a camp in the woods, and it's kind of like all these kids from with different abilities, kind of like living and working together. So I guess you could say a kind of commune, in a sense. However, the thing about it is, the slip kid is actually the son of the supposed president of this new world, or this new government. And his father kind of leaves him alone because of his powers and what his son can do. He kind of like faked everybody out and was released because he was supposedly rehabilitated. Come to find out, this new camp, in my mind, is not really much different from what they left. Well, Ruby's camp was like torture. It was like, it made me think of kind of like I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It made me think of a concentration camp. That's the word. A concentration camp, in a sense. So I think maybe that was part of the author's thoughts. Like, if it made me think of a concentration camp for kids with these abilities, then I'm sure that's probably where the idea around why the camp was so horrible probably came from. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the author of the book was like, yeah, let's make a concentration camp for kids, because, well, you know, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the camp that Ruby was in kind of reminded me of history, of a concentration camp in history from the Holocaust. That's my personal thought. I'm not, you know, saying anything other than that. And I'm not saying that's a good thing. It's not. I mean, the camp she was in was obviously, description-wise, was brutal. But the camp, when they find the East River, it's paradise for them because they've not known anything. You know, they work, they grow their own food, they do, you know, they kind of like take care of each other. But I mean, like, it's really not that much different, and then they end up trying to leave, and it ends up that the camp gets raided, and what she does is she has this panic button from the League. The League was who had actually rescued her. It was a rogue type organization that's trying to save kids, but really to fight against this government. So I guess, yeah. So she ends up, because like she's trying to save a friend of hers, without giving many more spoilers, she ends up at the end, she ends up sacrificing herself to save Liam. Liam was one of the boys in the group whom they kind of like fell for each other in a sense, and he just wanted to be free. He was actually part of the League and escaped from it because he realized what it really was. So, you know, she said, I'll go with you, because she was like more dangerous than him and they could use her more. So she was like, well, I'll go with you if you let him be, if you give him his freedom and let him be, and let him be free. And so that's kind of how it ends. Now, as I was saying, I felt as if the story drug on, and the reason why I say that is because through half the book, they're searching for this camp. So they're going from, they're driving and driving and driving, trying to avoid the soldiers and the skip tracers and the League and everything, trying to stay one step ahead. And a couple times they almost get caught. And I'm kind of like, okay, we already know this is happening. So, you know, they meet up with different groups and trying to get information. I mean, it was kind of like when you're watching a series or a movie and something's happening and you know it's happening, but yet it just continues on, like building upon building upon building of the same situation, just at different times within the series or the show or the movie. but it's like repetitive in what's happening. So, and like there's no ending to it, in a sense. Like, that's how I felt, like, for part of the book. So I was like, okay. It is I believe, 3-part series. 1, 2, 3. Yes. It's 3 parts. And then 2 mini novellas. So, but I probably won't continue the series. I like the ending. I like the fact that Ruby kind of sacrificed herself for the person she loves. I'm kind of hoping that maybe one day I will continue the series, but as of right now, I don't feel compelled to do it. It's a good read, but it's not like, it didn't excite me too much. Okay, so, I mean, I want to, maybe one day, maybe in the future, I'm not going to say one day, because one day sounds like far, 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 far off. Maybe within the next 6 months, I'll pick up the second book just to find out what happens to Ruby and Liam and everything. And if the second book doesn't really excite me, just as the first one did, then I probably won't continue the series. But I kind of have a feeling the direction that this one's gonna go, that the story's gonna go. So, I mean, it's not really, you know, that important for me. So, that's Darkest Minds. It's a good read if you need something to kind of break up. Like if you're stuck in a rut, it's a good one to pick up. If you kind of want to get out of your comfort zone of what you normally read, it's a good book for that. I've seen a lot of, on Goodreads, I've seen both good and bad reviews on it. So I kind of, you know, I had to make my own decision for that. And this is that type of book where, yes, I gave it 3 stars. Why? Because of, like I said, I felt as if the storyline was repetitive for me. But I'm not saying that that makes the story bad. I'm just saying, for me personally, it wasn't what I expected. I expected a little bit more action to it, or a little bit more, you know, excitement, and that's not what I got. But it's a good book if you want to get out of your comfort zone. It's a good book if you're looking for something to read that, you know, you're like, okay, I've been reading fantasy novels or horror novels, or I've been repetitively reading this same genre, and I need something a little different. This would be a good book for that. I keep saying repetitive. That must be the word of the day. The word of the day will be repetitive. Anyway, so that's that. I actually finished this book on Friday of last week. So I'm sorry it's taken me a while to get around to doing a video. On to my next order of business. Yes, a cup of coffee was my next order of business. Anyway, Sinful Folk. I started reading it. I started reading it on Saturday night. And I'm on page 231, which is chapter 26. I'm going to do it. First of all, I got this book for free from Ned Hayes from, I think it's, oh my god, I forgot what website it was. I'm going to have to look that up. But it's kind of book reviewer, I think. Book reviewer? Book look. I'm sure I've said it before. Anyway, basically I emailed Mr. Hayes and I surprisingly got the book in the mail. I'm more than halfway through it. Yeah, I want to say I'm more than halfway through it. And I've got to say that I was excited about it. I'm still excited about it. It's really, 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 really a good book. I've enjoyed the historical aspect of it. I've enjoyed the thriller aspect of it, because it is a little bit of a thriller. I've enjoyed the mysterious, the mystery, not the mysterious, the mystery surrounding the death of the children. I kind of think I know what happened, but I'm not sure because there's always like another level of it, like it's being told. So I'm not quite done it yet, but I kind of get the gist of maybe what might have happened. But I really think I'm wrong. I think I'm gonna be surprised at the end. But anyway, so far I am enjoying the book. I like it. It's definitely a 5-star review. Only because, okay, I'm saying only because like that's a bad thing. It's a 5-star review so far because the way the story is told. It's very detailed in historical aspect. It's very detailed in the way that Ned Hayes explains things. Like, it's vivid. Like, you can imagine what's happening and where it's happening and how it's happening, and like the landscaping and what they're going through. It's just very, his words are very vivid. I didn't expect it. Not saying that it wasn't going to be, but I wasn't expecting such a detailed telling of the book. Sorry, I don't know if that just blacked out on me, but okay. Anyway, so that's that. I hope you guys, well, yes. So I'm gonna finish reading this. I'm gonna go while my son is sleeping because, yes, before he wakes up, I'm gonna try to read a little bit more. And I will let you guys know what happens when I'm done. So look forward to my next review on Sinful Folk. I'm probably going to do a quick little blog on my blog, wordpress.com, mellilovesbooks.wordpress.com. I'll link it below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. That's okay. You're entitled to an opinion. I'm going to go finish enjoying my coffee, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.